Hi everyone, my name is Bernabé Lopez. I'm correspondent or journalist of Telemundo and Caracol TV. I appreciate it. I am contacting with Juan Carlos Aliaga. He's an expert about the UFOs, about the activity paranormal, and now we are talking about the core of the Earth. Welcome, Juan Carlos. Good evening.
Hi, Mr. Bernabe. I'm very proud to be in your program all weeks. Remember, all Mondays we are in meeting here for all the people around the world.
Exactly. Around the world. Um, well, we're gonna to beginning this interview about this topic that I know that you know that you are watching this post. I know. Um, we are talking about the core of the Earth. Stop it. It's possible, Juan Carlos. What are the consequence of the phenom?
First, let me tell you that the core is very in the inner of our planet. It's very inner of our planet. It's metal. It's made by metal. It's ferrum and the nickel is the both of them because it is the name scientifically is NIFE in is the name the NIFE ferrum and nickel. Okay, it is always moving in one side, but is stopped. The scientist it's the new very clear. The news is about today is 27 January the 27th. It was the last week, 19 or 20 January the 20th. It was the new, very special new. The Chinese scientists tell that the uh, our planet core is stopped, but it was not in this year or the last year. It was in 2009. It is like about 13 years ago. Yes, 13 years ago. It is very interesting that explanation about this. The Chinese scientists tell the core, our planet core, is stopped, but in 2009, that year. But at the moment, this core is moving in opposite sides because it is moving on one side, and they said that is moving in the opposite side. It will have a lot of consequences about it. Not only this time, it is having that consequences in, for example, you remember the tsunami in Japan, 2011. You remember in Chile,
Yes, I remember.
big earthquake. I think it's in the same year or in other year in Chile. It was 8 degrees. And other volcanoes explosions all around the
Yeah,
world, and the uh, sinking down all the
I-
cities and different places of the world because the rain is very hard. The dry in the climate is very hard in other places, and
yeah.
not only that.
But I don't understand. Excuse me, Juan Carlos, but
Mhm.
I don't understand. The tsunami of Japan is like a consequence of the core stop it. My question is, and every time in a moment, this phenomenon of the stop it is probably to do in the time. Um, for example, you told us possible that tsunami of Japan is a consequence of this core stopped? Is possible?
Not only the tsunami in Japan, I tell you, in the earthquake in Chile, it was 8 degrees, and other places was big earthquakes, not tsunami
Yeah,
only. There is a lot of things apart of that. The core is moving, yeah? It's like a wheel in your car. It's moving. Yeah? You
yeah.
stop and you want to go to the rear. Okay, you make changes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and the car is to the rear in the opposite side. It could be slow or very fast. That's the core in our planet. Our
Exactly.
planet has the core and other mantles of the Earth, different mantles. And this is the one. It's moving, but it isn't very fast. It's slowly because the Earth is very big. But we
Yeah.
are very little, like an insect. We are like an insect in the world. The core is moving, and you push the brakes in your car and stopped. It's the same.
Yes.
You move all the things, or the little insects in your car. It's the same. You move, but it's
Yeah.
going to the opposite side. It's the same. It's all the moving again, but in the opposite side. It's the same. It's all the consequences, not only the tsunami in Japan and the earthquakes, but it isn't only that.
Wow.
You must remember that I think you heard about it. The Nibiru, you know about the Nibiru, is Bernard the first in scientists say the Bernard the first. Nibiru, Hercolubus, X-planet is the same. It's coming toward us every 12,000 years time. It's coming all the time, but it isn't going to crash or shut the earth. Never going to hit the earth. It's more moving and passing. Only that. It's very
Exactly.
big. It is about 10 or 12 times in comparison between the Jupiter. It's very big. Jupiter and uh, Nibiru is very big. 12 times between them. But the Earth is very small than the Jupiter planet. If you move a big planet, the gravity is pull down and move all the planets, not only the Earth. All the planets around the solar system is moving and changing all the movements, and there is a lot of small phenomena in the moon, Mars. Example, earthquakes in Mars discovered last year, 2022,
Exactly. But
and in Jupiter too, small earthquakes. That's the reason that Nibiru is crossing our solar system, and it is going to make a lot of changes in all the world. The last pass of the Nibiru, it was in the Atlantis race. I think you know about the Atlantis in the
exactly.
Atlantic and destroyed. Yes, that's the reason. The last pass of Nibiru, it was when the Atlantis was alive.
Yeah. But in this case, there are something consequence if this phenomenon about the core of the earth in here, there are something consequence or not?
Yes, we are living in the last times. The religions says we are in the last times. All for example, Maya and Aztecs say in the fifth sun. They are in the fifth sun. Here
Yeah.
And the Andean place, it is the Grand Pachacuti or the Great Pachacuti is the all changes, not only in the earthquakes or hard rains, sinking down the floods and other things. It
Yeah.
is political, spiritual changes around the world because this is going to change all things. I think you know there is going to change the magnetism of the planet, our planet. You know,
Magnetic fields,
the north,
right?
yes, the magnetic fields. The north is north, of course, and south is south. But with this change, it's going to change the magnetic fields to other place. You know the emigration of the birds on the pieces in all the oceans. It is changing.
Yeah.
The dolphins is going to other places that they are not going to go because the magnetic field is very different. They have the GPS, natural GPS in its brain, the animals, birds,
Yeah.
pieces, and others. They are
Yeah.
traveling,
Because there are
migration.
something connection. Something connection the magnetic between the animals between of us or the humanity can change could change about this phenomenon.
Yes, but I told you last interview last week,
Yeah,
we have here the electric fields because it is our spirit living here. You remember. Here in our heart is magnetism. It is is very strong magnetism here. If you travel
or earth or earth
somewhere,
has magnetic.
magnetism, yes, it's magnetism. Yeah, okay. In your heart, you can the fields, feel the fields. It's going to you can feel. For example, you say, I don't want to travel to Cochabamba. I think it's going to have an accident. Not you. It could be other person. You say, I'm not going to travel tomorrow. I prefer to go next week or next month.
It's
You
probably
feel,
right.
okay? It's the same. You feel the fields, magnetic fields that tell you you must not go. Is that the reason that the animals can feel the changes, can feel, for example, it's going to be an earthquake in the next 10 minutes. The dogs are barking all time, barking. The dogs are barking, and the animals are running. Uh, did you see the phenomenon that the animals was running around in the last
Yes,
year
yes.
in the 20? That's the reason. The
I watched
magnetic
it in the
fields,
videos, right?
yeah, the
Yeah,
magnetic fields are
the earth
changing.
is okay. It,
That's the
it's
reason of
it's something consequence for this phenomenon. Okay, Juan Carlos. Okay. Um, I want to a list, right? What is the first phenomenon? The meaning, consequence about this the core topic
the
in the
first.
humanity. It's possible uh, the feel angry, no sad. I don't know what will happen.
Depression, first depression, not only sad, depression, very low
Depression.
depression.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
yes. Then violence. There is a lot
Violence.
of
If you watching,
violence.
listen, please.
Yes,
Depression is the first.
violence,
Second, violence. All right.
violence against the woman. That is happening all days. Uh, the women are being killed by the couple. It isn't good. It isn't good. That's very interesting. That thing is the violence. Sad or depression is very the stress. For example, anxious. Another is, for example, want to fight all time. You hit to other person. What's happening? What happening? And you
Very
know what?
angry, right? Okay.
You're very angry.
Oh
That's
my God,
that's
it's
the
very
things.
terrible.
What's happened? If you travel in a plane,
What
that's
what will do about what will do against do this field meditation? Oh no, is what is solution? What is the
yeah.
solution?
First, you must to align your chakras. Is the
Okay,
magnetic fields in our spiritual bodies. This is the physical body. You must drink, eat, wash, make exercises. That's our
okay, make
physical
a
body.
workout,
We
right?
have the spiritual body. It is the chakras here in our inner body. You must
Okay,
alienate and
we have
alight
seven
the chakras.
chakras. We have seven chakras, right?
Yeah.
We need to work with us chakras, right?
Yes, we must to work and alight, light the light in our chakras. You must light is very important. You are light. We are light. The light is in our body. We are light. We are not only the physical bodies. We are light. This is the energy. The spiritual energy is light. We are light. You are light. Everyone, we are light.
Okay, thank you for your advices, Juan Carlos. In the world of the animal, um, everybody has something pets. The pets, it probably to change their attitude. It's possible, Juan Carlos, or not? It's gonna be to affect this venom against to the animals.
The animals, like our pets, for example, dogs, cats, or small
Yeah.
birds, are very near of us. They are not a savage animals. They are
Okay.
very similar of us. They eat our food. They we are put the clothes like people. It isn't good. They are animals. They must feel. They must feel the feelings. They are losing the characteristics of an animal because they are losing that. They must be again an animals because they are barking, but it isn't the barking as the dogs as a long time ago. For example, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, or 30, 50 years ago. They are very different now. The dogs, the cats, and the people. This is a crystal generation, you know. They are crying all the time. The young people is crying all the time. You say, stop. Why? I mean, why do you tell me that they are crying? They must be very strong. We are losing that. We must be very strong, not weak, but we must be strong, but not violence. Very strong, like a soldier. You know what's the meaning of the soldier? No? They are prepared to fight if they are need to do that. But the people now are not strong. They are very weak. They are not strong. They are want to cry, don't to fight in their life, and they are not study. They are not read. They are not want to go on and do another things like a parent, like a grandparents, and other ones. They are not the same because the changing the energy of our planet is that's the reason of very changes in our life in another world.
Thank you, Juan Carlos. This is a consequence. Did you listen? Is this it's very important. It's very important to know how to prevent this violence, how to prevent the the angry angry fields, you know. But thank you, Juan Carlos. So in this case, there isn't earthquakes, right? There isn't for this phenom. No,
Uh,
or there are
Earthquakes also
exactly
all the time.
earthquakes.
Earthquakes,
No.
there is a lot of time in different parts of the world, but
Okay.
increase the earthquakes about the core is stopped and moving another side of the world. Okay,
Exactly.
and the approaching that planet Nibiru is approaching, that's the reason why is the
Yeah.
increasing the earthquakes and tsunamis in all the world.
Okay. Is the same with the floods, right?
Yes, the flood and for example, I think you know some very popular writer, Spanish writer says that in 2027 will hit a big asteroid against our planet, and will any places of the Atlantic places, for example, Cuba, Miami, part of Europe, will be a big destruction. This the writer is Juan José Benítez, is a Spanish writer. You know, he wrote the Gog book. It's a very interesting that book, and he says that is going to be a big destruction in 2027. But I think and hope that it is going to be that.
Probably. Probably. Okay. Thank you, Juan Carlos. This is a topic about the core of the Earth's topic. This is one topic I prepared to discuss in Facebook Live because I have a new topic because in the last week we present in the Arrojo Vivo a news about the hand of the elves. It's very scary. Juan Carlos, we're going to talk about the hand of the slave because you help us in this investigation in the activity paranormal.
Yes, it was a very interesting new that you cover about your profession, about the journalist, or that things. Let's see, let's see.
Exactly. Okay. Okay. I show you, my friends.
Yes, this is the small hand of a elf, but I won't tell you
Yes.
what's
Yes.
the meaning.
Can you see that? Can you see that? Right?
Yes, yes, yes,
A little hand, and it's moving,
yes,
and it's moving.
and he's saying hello.
And this video is and uh, is it real? Right?
Yes, yes, it's absolutely real. The images and the video is real. It isn't fake. It isn't fake. It's a real one.
Yeah. When you was in this place, what did you feel?
I feel there is a small cave, I think, in that place. Uh, if you will see that place, it's very interesting. The tree leaves, the tree leaves are very dry in some place, and the other ones is very normal. The tree leaves, the tree leaves. So there is a lot of energy in that place, and I think there is a, a rich, or for example, gold or silver in that place. But I will tell you that the next thing, that's the name of the real names, is the elementals of the nature. What's the elementals of the nature? The elemental of the nature are small creatures like the yours looking in the images is very different. For example, in our world
Yeah.
there is four kingdom. of of the elementals of the nature. For example, in the air are the fires. Yeah. You know the fires. For example, in Disney, picture, the fires is flying. For
Yeah,
example, in the fires is flying. That's the
there are something
elemental
movies
of
about
the air.
exactly.
Yes,
There are something
the
movies.
earth, the earth, for example, is the elves and the smurfs. Is in the kingdom of the element of earth. For example, you are watching and showing that. You're showing that
Exactly.
is the earth. That's the reason why if we are talking about the rich in that place. Silver, gold, coins, for example, it could be there in
Yeah.
that place. The element of water is the mermaids. You know mermaids. In the same in Disney picture, you can see that mermaid is in the water.
Half, half
And
fish, half woman, right?
yes, yes, the mermaid. And the last one is the in the fire is the salamander, not the animal. Salamander is the elemental of the nature named a salamander. Yeah, I will repeat. In the air is the fires. In the earth is elves. For example, you're watching, and the smurfs. In the water is mermaids, and in the fire is salamanders. There is four kingdoms of the elementals of the nature, because our nature is in the four
Okay.
elements: fire,
Juan
air,
Carlos,
water.
yeah.
Yes,
They are protecting our nature. They are protecting the forests, for examples. It's correct.
they are protecting, and especially to the children. Small children are very uh, are not violent. They are very health and spiritual health. The children, they are not bad people. The children, so they
Oh,
are protecting them, but they play with them. For example, that uh, child is it could be protected and he can play with the elves. If you go with a small children, for example, 3, 4, 5 years old, they can see the elves without camera,
exactly.
without another thing. They can see the elves. If you try to do that experiment, putting the small children in that place, they are going to talk with them.
Yeah, it's probably Matthias told us that he listened a voices of the elves. Is possible.
Yes, they are talking because they are they have bodies like we are, but they are very small. They are travel again between the dimensions. They are traveling dimension, the fourth and the fifth and the third dimension that we are living now. They travel, and they are always in the places like that place because I repeat, there is gold coins or silver coins. They must send to the elves sweets, sweet or biscuits. You can do that. They are going to pick up and they are going to eat the and swallow the sweets or biscuits, for example.
And they return in coins, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Juan Carlos, we are finishing our meeting in our post in our broadcast. Thank you, thank you for your um, participation in here in this post live. So, what is your last words, my dear Juan Carlos?
Don't afraid the elves. Don't afraid the elementals of the nature. if it appears in the air like fairies or the mermaid in the water, don't afraid of them. You must talk telepathy with them. You
Oh,
must
yeah.
say, protect me or protect my family, protect this country because they are always helping the people.
Oh, thank you for the advices, Juan Carlos. But my friends, this is the finish our meeting with an interview with Juan Carlos. We were talking about this war of the earth, stop it, and the hand of the elves. Thank you, Juan Carlos. You have a good night. We are talking about another topic the next Monday.
Yes, we are going to be here next Monday talking very interesting things because all people like our meetings and they enjoy it. See you next Monday.
See you, Juan Carlos. Thank you for you watching this video, this live video. Bye bye.
Bye bye.